Now say that again.
Did I ever tell you about when I met Ray Charles
No, when'd you meet Ray Charles?
down Chester?
When?
I was before you were born. But Anna and Anna Lomax and I always went around together. So down Chester was a hotel called Hotel Moonglow, and they would have entertainers once a month and sell tickets for you to come and see them. So they had these tickets out for Ray Charles. And so I said, Anna, I said, let's go hear him. I like to hear his music and hear him sing. And Anna said, I do too. And I said, I don't know what it looks like or anything. I said, but I will when I get down there. So she couldn't go down here on the Chester bus when I did, but I went. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I went before her. So I rode down Chester on the bus and walked down to 3rd Street to Hotel Moonglow.
How old were you?
Huh?
How old were you?
I was in my teens.
Okay.
And in my teens, I guess, or in my 20s. It was after Roseanne was born. And I went in the bar and sat. I said to myself, well, I'll sit here near the door so I can see him when he comes in. Well, I went and I sat at the bar, and people came in and out and in and out, and he didn't come. So when I was sitting there, a crowd of people came in with this blind man and instruments and things, and I said to myself, oh, that's nice. They're bringing the orchestra so they could hear him and hear his song. And so they went to the back of the room, but they left this man standing next to me, and he was blind. And he stood there by me while his guide went to the back of the room with the orchestra. So he said to me, he said, what's your name? And I said, Mary. And he said, who's with you? I said, I'm alone. I told him about Anna coming, and I said, and I came to see Ray Charles. I said, but I don't know anything about him but his music. And I said, I love his music. And I said, I think it's nice that this group brought this man he can't see to hear Ray Charles. So he said yes, he thought it was nice too. So I stood there with him, and after a while, Hannah came in, and she said, Mary, says, has Ray Charles come yet? I said, no, not yet. I said, just that group back there with their blind man. She said, Mary, that's him. I said, who? She said, Ray Charles. I said, no, then. I said, because he was standing here talking to me and everything. So they started playing their little music, and so he left. This guy took him back there with him, and I said to him, I said, I'm going to sit at a table. And he said, all right, I'll see you later. So I sat at a table, and they started playing some of his songs, and everything. And then once he stood up, and he said, I'm dedicating this to my new friend Mary.
Get out of here.
From her new friend Ray Charles. Well,
No kidding.
Freddie, I could have went under the table.
Oh, well, you never told me that one.
Because he was standing next to me and everything, and I didn't know it was him. And, and I had told him I was waiting for Ray Charles, but I never seen him or anything, but I've heard his song.
Well, check that out.
So I'm dedicating this to my new friend Mary from her friend Ray Charles. From me, Ray Charles. I thought it was the greatest thing.
You never told me that one, Mom.
Kind of was embarrassing to me, But he was getting a kick out of me. Yeah, that's when I met Ray Charles.
check you out.
Because I didn't know he was blind.
Yeah.
And he was already in there standing next to me the whole time while the orchestra was getting their instruments together and everything.